What's up, everybody, and welcome to Biockickz 3 Raw TV. Well, today is August 26th. 2 days after I got the news of Rich Piana's passing. And I took a minute to sit back and not put a video up right away. First of all, I was traveling the next day, but I could have put one up that night on Thursday night, but I decided to sit back and wait and talk to Chanel and really kind of wrap my head around everything that's going on. Now, for those of you that don't know, I had been in touch with Chanel for the last 2 weeks, off and on, every couple of days about what was going on with Rich. Of course, everything turned into a fucking circus, and the belief was that, you know, if you had him on in the medically induced coma, that his brain would heal, and it was starting to heal. The problem is, and I don't really know much about this, but I trained a girl who was actually a neuroscientist at NIH in Bethesda, and she said there's a lot we don't know about the brain. That's what she does. She's a scientist, and she said you could have this much of your brain functioning, it can completely remap itself, and you'll be fine. She goes, it's amazing what happened. Or you can have this much of your brain dead, and you're a fucking vegetable for the rest of your life. They just don't know. And when doctors come to you and say there's a chance he could get better, there's a chance, we just don't know. Here's what we do know: the brain can heal itself. This is what we do. We do our best and we hope for the best. And that's where Rich was. You know, he was in the bed and he was showing signs of improvement in the beginning, and then things just kind of, I don't want to say deteriorated, but didn't improve. At that point, you have to make a decision. What would Rich want? Was there a living will, et cetera, et cetera? Do you want to keep him on life support, or do you want to pull the plug and see if he can breathe on his own and stuff, which is the hardest part. I don't think that the people out there fucking talking shit, and I mean, I couldn't imagine being in Chanel's situation, sitting there holding his hand. I just couldn't. So 2 weeks ago, I was 2 weeks ago, I was at Super League, and I saw Rich and Chanel, and it was away from an expo. It wasn't an expo, you know, it was just us with, you know, maybe 50 people around, and people taking pictures and stuff, but Super League was going on, so it wasn't like he was swamped like he normally is. You know, we filmed a little bit of footage, and I didn't like to film a lot of footage with Rich. I never asked him for a picture anymore when I would see him. Everybody fucking bothered Rich all the time. It was up his ass a mile, and he loved it. But the same thing is, everybody wanted to use him for stuff all the time. You know, when I would see Rich, like we were in Australia, and I went up and saw him and Chanel. We were talking and stuff, whatever. As the event was over and we were all leaving, I was standing outside with the Spartan Subs guys, and Rich walks out, and he's trying not to pay attention. Like, he's just walking, because if he stops, everybody fucking just, a line forms outside the expo. So he walked by, and I said, what's up, Rich? And he looked, and he stopped, and he walked over, and then he stopped, and the line started to form. And we're just shooting the shit about stuff, and Australia in general, and, you know, one of the pieces of the conversation turned to, you know, when all this social media stuff is over, we'll stop dyeing our hair. We're going to let the fucking gray go. Because his gray was coming out. I was like, it looks good. He's like, I can't wait till this shit's over. I'm just going to let my fucking gray go. I don't give a fuck. And then before we left, he's like, hey, man, let's get a picture. And then he posted that picture to his Instagram. He asked me for the picture, then posted it. Why? Because he's my friend. Because I didn't fucking ask for shit. I didn't ask for shit from him, ever. What many people don't know is, in July, I was supposed to be in Tampa, specifically to go down there and record videos with him down in his area. And then it got kind of pushed back due to other things, and his traveling schedule, my schedule. And then I was like, well, August, I'm completely fucking booked up every weekend, but I'll see you at Super League. So in September, I'll come down to Tampa, we'll do some filming and stuff. I said, you know what, maybe we won't even fucking film. Maybe I'll just come down and we'll hang out. And that's where we left it as. If we felt like filming, fine. If not, I was just going to come down and hang out in Tampa. And that was supposed to take place next month. And I don't know, like, I'm not able to wrap my head around, like, the Olympia's in 2 weeks, and that's normally a time that the 5%ers and I stay at the Westgate. And we meet up there, we hang out, and it just, every morning we get up, we go to eat at that little restaurant in the Westgate, and there's Rich, and there's Viking, and whoever else is usually with them. And we usually see them almost every morning to start off our mornings, you know, and the big truck outside, the 5% truck outside, right, parked by the valet so everybody could see it. and they can actually take pictures and stuff with it. And I'm gonna miss him. You know, I really am. There were conversations that I had with Rich, nothing to do with bodybuilding. He would call me just randomly to be like, "Hey, what's up? What up?" That's what would be on the phone, the other end of the phone. It would be random too. It would be like on the treadmill, fucking do a cardio in the morning. He would just call to say, "What's up? What's going on? How's everything going?" He would check on me to make sure that I was doing well with what Primeval had offered me, if they were keeping their part of the bargain. Like, he didn't have to do shit like that. You know what I mean?
Lifestyle. Everybody wants to be part of something. They don't want to be a part of something. And they are part of something bigger than they really think they are. And Rich came along to put that 5% stamp on it. And now it's growing out of control. We go places, we see the 5%. I'm like, that's awesome. So
very important, real quick, is that the 5% has to do with everything in life.
Right.
You know, a lot of people think it just has to do with the body, the outer shell, but it's actually more about career, financial, you know, your life, your family. You know, it's about being the best you can be in every area of life. And a lot of people think it's just about working out, you know. And my main mission is to let people know there's other things other than working out. You have to have a diversified life. You know, you can't put everything into one thing, you know. And that was my mistake. I did that for many years, and you know, I've recovered, doing very well. But you know, I could have been doing better. I didn't spend so much time, you know, chasing that trophy. So that's one thing I want to get out there, because people believe it's all about the body. You know, there's not much bump into it, as you know.
yeah, absolutely. Thanks for your time, Rich.
Well, sure, brother. Always, man.
Bios 3 and I approve this message.
Today is the first day that Rich Piana, the man, is gone, and Rich Piana, the legend, begins. As stories are handed down, as stories are told, the legend continues to grow, even though the man is gone. We've seen that with many people, Jim Morrison, etc.
We're trying to trim down that. Right? Okay, so you mentioned Biockickz. I have it, you have it, and a lot of you watching it right now have it.
Yes.
How long do you think that's been going on? Like, since you were a teenager? Or?
Oh yeah, it started. I mean, it was the reverse, because I constantly wanted to be bigger my whole life. You know, it started with the He-Man dolls when I was 6 years old.
Yeah, He-Man, not the new kind, the old kind. Like, yeah,
that's where it started. You know, then my mom took me to Gold's Gym, 6, 7 years old, and you know, seeing the huge guys walking around and noticing. Back then, all the girls were, you know, after those guys. And they were driving the Corvettes, and I was like, you know, that was put in my head at 6 years old. So,
and half the people in his fucking life just took from him. They took constantly, take. I purposely would say, I'm not going to make a video about this. I'm not. And we would talk about it. I'd say, I'm not going to make a video. He goes, hey, neither you would. I said, bro, I'm not going to make the video about it. And he's like, anytime you want to make a video, you fucking do it. He's like, if you can make money off my name, you do it. If you can fucking make a viral video off my name, you do it. He goes, I don't give a fuck. Please do it. He would tell me all the time. That's just how he was. Everybody took from him, and he still wanted to give. He didn't give a fuck. So, as I was driving yesterday, and I'm in Arkansas right now. As I was driving yesterday, I kind of looked up at the sky, and it was, you guys can see on my Instagram, I put the picture up. And there was a 5 made in the clouds. Very strange. Very strange. This video is all over the place because my head is all over the place, quite frankly. And I do know that most of the shit out there that really counts is positive about Rich. He has helped way more people than fucking most people I think will ever know. He has impacted so many people. And every single one of the 5%ers, everybody who worked for him, everybody who was around him, knows that. Everybody who's ever been a 5%er owes Rich a debt. He was giving chances to people, face facts, that never would have got a chance with a supplement company, a clothing company, nothing. People with not big social media, people that didn't have good physiques. I'm calling it as I see it now, all right? I'm not saying they're all like this, but people with not good physiques, not big social media, people that really shouldn't have had that chance with another company. And Rich gave people that chance. Okay? He started 5% and said, you don't have a contract, you don't have a contract, you don't have a contract. You're special. In your own way, you're special. Here, let me help you. And people bitching, oh, he gave out free shirts and supplements only. That's money, motherfuckers. That's money coming out of his fucking pocket to give somebody else a chance or lighten the load on someone else to fucking, that wouldn't have that chance with another company. You don't see these other big companies throwing out fucking shit like that. They give you a code. And that code, you have to use it or you don't get shit. Nothing. Which means you have to go there and push like a motherfucker to make $50 a month. And Rich did that. He gave people high-end fucking far and wide, high and low fucking chances that they wouldn't have gotten. He posted them on his fucking social media, constantly putting different people on his social media. That boosted those people's social media. I think the biggest take-home message from this, and you know, a lot of people are saying like, you know, Rich passed away, Dallas passed away, and those are negative things, right? But I was with Rich 2 weeks ago, and him and Chanel, 100% honestly from my heart, I got a vibe. I don't, and I told Aaron about this last night on the phone. I don't even know why this was like this. So when you are at an expo and this stuff is going on, you know, there's a tension. You know, there's like a tension or like a anxiety. I don't know what you would call it. Like a feel. There's like a vibe to everything that's going on, and it's not a relaxed vibe. You know, like it doesn't matter. Even if you saw him at an expo outside the expo, there's no relaxed vibe. It's like it's constant like tension. I don't. There's the only way I can explain it. And anybody that saw him at Super League, he was fucking relaxed. He was happy. He was chill. He wasn't like on like, you know, I gotta be fucking. He was just like, just chilling, just like one of the other people in the crowd hanging out, and nobody was bothering him. Like, you know, yeah, can I get a picture or whatever? But there wasn't like a line formed and people trying to take. It was a very peaceful Rich that I saw for the first time that I'd known him. It wasn't chaos and hectic, and it just wasn't like that. So at this point, I don't want to say we have to let go of Rich, because we don't. At this point, we remember Rich. We remember the good things. We remember the fucking the times where he was over the top with some of the shit that he did. But that was just his way. That's just what he did. It's who he was. Over the top, you know, just larger than life, but easily accessible all the time to those that knew him and those that met him. So although Rich may have passed on, the 5% don't. The 5% are here. They're going to be here. They're going to take his lessons. They're going to take his words. They're going to take his lifestyle. They're going to take everything about him and remember that. And then hopefully fit that into their own lives to create something for themselves. Because Rich created something. He was a creator. When he decided that it was time to move on and do his own thing, which the first time I met Rich was at a little booth. He had one little table with a few shirts on, I think in 2013, I believe it was. And I bought that red Love It, Kill It shirt. And he was just standing there, and there was like 5 people talking to him. There wasn't even a line yet. It wasn't like the Rich Piana we know. And the very next year, 2014, was when fucking all hell broke loose. I was actually with 5% at the time. I was the first East Coast 5%er to be signed, and one of the first 5%ers to actually be signed and fucking dated and dotted, that he had actually put on a payroll. And I'm proud of that. You know, I have the 5% still on my forearm. That's not going anywhere. I got that tattoo 2014 at the expo. After the expo, Angel was tattooing people, and they didn't have a room for me. They didn't have a slot. They said, you know what, like, we're just booked up, sorry. And I looked at my girlfriend, Carrie, at the time, and I said, you know what, let's go to the tattoo shop down the fucking street. I'm going to show them the fucking picture of it, and let's get it done. And I did. I went and got it that night, and I came back to the booth the next day, and fucking Rich just had a big fucking smile on his face. And I was like, you know what, that first day at the booth, I knew that I was part of something special. For who was involved with it, who was leading it, what it was all about, it was something very special, and it is something special. You know, some people, haters, they make fun of it, but really deep down, I think they know, those haters know too, that it is something big, it is something special. And those motherfucking haters probably have a 5% shirt or hat in their fucking wardrobe too. Don't kid yourself. I don't know, I'm just rambling on here. My brain is still like, you know, I got the word late that actually Stan McQuay, I saw that Stan McQuay had posted about it, and I hit Stan up and said, hey, you know, where did you hear about this? And is this true? And I waited to see if it was true, and then confirmation came from his camp that he had passed away. And I went to bed, and Erin was awake, and she said, is everything okay? I said, Rich died. He's gone. I was like numb. I was completely numb, and I had to get up in the morning and hop on a plane and do all the shit that you do for, you know, the business of bodybuilding and fitness and stuff. And Legendary Supplements called me and said, you know, we're going to cancel the event because it's too much. Let's just, you know, Dallas is supposed to be here at the event with me, And Rich passing away, they knew that I was close to Rich, and I said, you know what? That's not how Rich would do it. He really wouldn't. That's just not what he would do. I mean, he would continue to fucking move on and do his thing and fucking push forward, because that's what he did. You know, I had a kind. This video is gonna be really long. 2015, I had some shit go down in my life. Everybody knows that, the breakup with Carrie and stuff. And I made my way to the expo. As that was happening, as Carrie and I were splitting up and trying to figure out how we were going to go our separate ways and stuff after 4 years or whatever we were together. And I got to the expo, and, you know, he could tell that I was a little off, you know. He could tell that something just wasn't right. He said, "What's up, man?" I said, "Nothing." He's like, "Everything okay? Good?" He'd shake his head like that, and he kind of moved back and forth. "Right, good." Kind of moved back and forth like that, and I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "You know, I got some shit going on." I explained to him what was going on, and he just smiled at me, put his hand on my shoulder. He said, "Look, this is what I have going on." And he drew a parallel, like a link between what we had going on in our lives at the same time. And it made me feel like I wasn't alone. You know, I know I'm not the first one to go through a fucking breakup, but I knew I wasn't alone right then at that spot, trying to smile, shake hands, take pictures, while someone else is going through the same fucking thing with me and doing the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, it was, you know, he didn't have to do that. He didn't have to even give a fuck. He could have just been like, I don't know, whatever, and kept doing his thing. But he stopped. He took the time. He did it. We went to Buca di Beppo and ate after that expo. And, you know, one thing after another. It just kept forging our friendship. One thing after another, after another, after another. Until it became more of about friends and not about business. And not about fucking fitness. And not about bodybuilding. And not about expos. And about other things. I regret not going down to Tampa in July now. I mean, I'm sure that we probably could have made our fucking schedules fit. But there's no way to know what happens in the future. And I think that's the take-home message here is if you're going to do something, don't wait to say something. Do something, whatever it is. Go do it now so that you don't have any kind of regret later on. But I'm grateful to have seen him at Super League and had a little bit of time to talk to him and shit. And yeah, that's it. I mean, it's not about expos won't be the same. And it's not about bodybuilding won't be the same. And it's not about fitness won't be the same. And it's not about all the bullshit won't be the same. It's about life won't be the same. Like, that phone will never ring again that says Rich Piana on it. And I'll be like, uh-oh, what's going on now? You know what I mean? Because it may be something random to like, hey man, I got this trip. What do you think about this? Hey man, how's everything going? Like, you're just curious as to what's going on in his life. That's not necessarily bad, but could be good too. You know, like the phone will never ring again. So I'm gonna actually get out here and go train in about 15 minutes. Rich, we're all gonna miss you, man. Godspeed, God bless, and we know you're watching. And even though you're not here, the 5% still got your back, bro.
Oh, let me get a picture.
We're at Super League, and guess what we found?
Oh, what's up? My man Jerry.
Yeah,
what's
right.
up, brother?
God damn it.
Yeah. We're having a blast.
Now, he's out there in the hot-ass Florida weather. And what do you think about the... I mean, dude, I am so fucking hot here. Maybe it's because I'm further up north, but what the fuck?
It's fucking hot here. You know, it's about the same in Florida as is here, but this is dry heat, and that's, you know, kind of like wet heat. And I like Florida much better. I mean, I like the humidity. A lot of people complain about it. I don't mind it, you know.
If you guys are wondering, I'm actually standing on a board over here, so it makes me as tall as Rich. No.